Hey, my name is Stacy Lucas. I am a star beauty guide, I get to say now this month, with Lime Life by Alcone and proud leader of our little big Glow Big gang. I am here finally and so excited to go through our step-by-step full face makeup and hopefully help you understand why we all are so obsessed with this line. First of all, skincare. I am a total skincare junkie. Skincare is absolutely paramount. I did it all this morning. I will go through that in a whole nother video, but that is absolutely essential. Think of it as, just your makeup, absolutely, no matter what the brand, no matter how professional, no matter how great the tools, is only going to look as good as the texture of skin that you're putting it on. And I really do feel like Lime Life by Alcone hit the holy grail of natural skincare, super results driven, and absolutely we are so happy to talk to you about that if you are not getting the results you love from your skincare. However, we're here to talk about the full blown step-by-step makeup today, everything Lime Life by Alcone, why we're so in love with it, why we're so obsessed with getting you color matched, and let's just get right into it, right? So there's a couple things that I always do that are optional, they're all optional, before I start in on my complexion though. I am absolutely in love, obsessed with our Due Date. Can it focus? It is a facial oil. I am a pretty dry, dehydrated skin type, and so just putting this on kind of evens everything out. I think of it as like a pre-primer, just so nothing, I'm going to pair it with our primer here in a second, but just works well to give you more of not a full coverage without getting a full coverage and keeping some of that healthy dewy glow coming through. The first base primer, you're going to shake it up, you're going to fill it in. Think of primer, guys, an Xfinity 2 to 4 squirts. Think of that as like filling in your pores and your fine lines. Basically, that's going to help your makeup not settle into those areas and to give you like the really even, beautiful, long-lasting, all-day texture that you're going for. So a little tip trick, you can also, I love my dampened Blenderful sponge for application. I'll show you a couple other tools to use as well, but you also can do one of these in any trouble areas just for a little added extra if you like. Just an idea, just an option. So there's that. If you're doing, so makeup artists, whomever, will, everybody has a preference. Do we do concealer before or do we do concealer after? My preference is to do any color correcting beforehand. And then the concealers I use for maybe like contouring, highlighting would be after my foundation. So let's see, I've got two here. So this is my perfect complexion palette that I started with. I obviously have dark eye under circles. I have a couple blemishes from hormones and too many lattes that are healing. And so I want to do my color correcting first. Our concealers are a wax-based cream camouflage, originally made by Kryolan, and they are so good, so good. You do need to warm them up a little bit. They're heat generated, and so when this is your personal complexion palette, I find it super easy, simple then, just to use this tiny bit on my finger to do my under eye circle color correct. Okay, you guys, do you see how crazy just that alone? So this is also going to prime your lids for eye makeup, but can you see the difference? Just that alone, like how, and that was just one little touch. So these babies have been used every day since September, the beginning of September. So it does not, a little tiny, teeny, tiny bit goes such a good long way. In my other life where I used to work trade shows, used to always get to see Krylon and like their theatrical, awesome looks in real person, and I was always so impressed with them. So anyway, I love these concealers. Okay, so then that one has that pinky, think of the color wheel like when you were in art class 101, right? Like red is going to correct green, blue is going to correct orange, red is going to correct green. So then this greeny undertone one, just warm it up a bit. And I'm going to go in and touch any blemishes. If my nose is feeling particularly red, I might tap it on my nose. If you have any sort of like rosacea going on, that's going to conceal that for you. Anything else going on? Around your nose. And then I also have a little bit of this bruise left over. Of course, Edie, happily flailed back as babies do and got me here. So that's been there for a while. But I can even tap a little bit. All right, so now we're just starting with like a good, even, fairly even, one color face, right? All right, so now why are we so obsessed with our foundation? Our foundation for decades and decades and decades has been the #1 professional, and when we say professional, we mean like used in theater and movies and on celebrities and by professional makeup artists on set. Has been used for decades and decades and decades and been the #1 world's professional foundation forever. So it was originally RCMA, RCMA's formulation, but when we partnered with them, if you're familiar with kind of what Lyme Life is to Alcone, they are our parent company. They, have distributed different professional makeup lines in New York, still have a store to this day, family owned, for decades. And so we selected RCMA's foundation and then partnered with them on the basis that we could remove the parabens. So we are the only company that you can get a paraben-free version of RCMA's foundation. Like crazy. So the industry standard in foundation is like 18 to 23% as far as pigment goes. We also know a liquid foundation, like you go and you try to match it up to your skin, you try to match it to your face. And what happens is once it hits the air, it oxidizes because it's water-based and it's going to change colors on you. So if you were ever like, man, that's not what it looked like in the bottle, that is why. So here with the 50% pigment, and it's wax-based, so it kind of floats and doesn't clog your pores. It's very buildable. You can put it on, as light coverage BB cream or as camouflage opaque as you like. You're going to get this like flawless, one color, perfect match, absolutely crazy, so much better than anything I've ever felt in my life as far as complexion goes. And it's going to be skin-like, so you're going to get that amazing full coverage without like the cakey texture, right? So that is why we are so obsessed with color matching everybody we know. And we just want you to reach out. So I wore this tank top on purpose to show you, like, we can do this virtually. We can color match you virtually. It doesn't even have to be in person. You can absolutely like go stand in natural lighting, so in front of a window, in front of a door, outside, as long as it's not super direct, which we don't have to worry about that winter in Iowa, or a car selfie. But we want to see a little bit of your chest and shoulders, because we actually want to match to your chest and your shoulders. Like, that actually makes sense, right? You don't want to have like a floating head going on. So here, all our lives, we've been like matching to our face, when really our face might be all sorts of red, but yet our chest is like, has yellow undertones. Everybody, for the most part, some people are very neutral, right? But either have these cool undertones or warm undertones, yellow undertones or pink undertones. So we can correctly identify that in just even a photo of you in natural lighting, and that's absolutely all we need. We're always love to do it in person, obviously too, but that's it. So we're like on a mission to color match everybody. So no obligation. You don't even have to purchase from us, but like seriously, we'll be grateful to even practice, right? Like, we have access to all these other professionals as well. And like, as we're learning, we just are kind of obsessed seriously with just color matching everyone. And just learning to identify those skin tones and be really masters at our craft that way. So that being said, I am, like I said, was originally like Shinto 1. I very clearly have this like yellow undertone, although I look a little flushed in this lighting. But then with Iowa Winter, I basically lost all of my color. So now I'm kind of a mix between Shinto 0 and Shinto 1. So super excited to get to be back to Shinto 1 here like in a few months. But that's neither here nor there. So I love this Blunderful Sponge dampened. Kind of just one twist is going to get me a ton of coverage. But I want to show you a couple other options. Brush number 17, this diffuser brush, also super bomb. Gonna give you kind of a nice light so you could just warm it up, tap it on, and then diffuse it out. So this is gonna give you a nice airbrushed, kind of lighter, buildable though. I mean, you can continue to put more on, but it's gonna get into, you know, any pores, just give you a nice light, fresh coverage with my other probably favorite brush in our entire line, brush number 16, this fan brush. I like it. The more packed a brush is, the less loose it is, the more kind of coverage you're going to get, and it's not going to get all up in your brush. So also buildable. And then I love that you can take this, do your setting powder, throw your bronzer on. Like, very good brush to have in your collection. But for the sake of today, we've done our color correcting review, corrected under eye circles, corrected any redness. I'm first going to go into my Shinto 1, the darker of the two, and I'm going to tap it around the perimeter. Should I just do half face maybe? Maybe I should just do half my face first, just for the demonstration purposes. So this is kind of where we're going to contour anyways. We like to keep the middle light and bright, so it just makes sense, right? And then I'm going to do a half twist into my Shinto 0. And push that gently in. So the pushing, see how much this sponge does not absorb, by the way. These small little pores make it so that it doesn't waste product. But the pushing gives you this more skin-like finish, and you can see. So this is actually very little product, right? But look. Look at that coverage. Look at how even and flawless we look already. You guys, how good is that? So skin-like, right? So skin-like. Okay. So let's do that again on the other side. So I truly believe, like, with the right makeup and the right tools, you guys, I never spend more than 10-15 minutes tops on a full face of makeup. I just can't. I'm also not a professional makeup artist. Like, I am licensed, right? But like, it's like I'm a mom. I'm a quick makeup girl. So that is kind of like, who am I trying to reach? Who am I trying to talk to? Probably that person that needs to get out the door in 10-15 minutes, but still wants to look professional and put together. Okay. So the first time you put this on, after being so used to your liquid foundations and BB creams, you guys, you might think like, whew, like I am all one color. There's no dimension. Now what? Like, I don't like it. I don't know. So I definitely, now you get this all one pigmented canvas though to go and put that dimension back in where you want it. Just where you want it. All right. Good. 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 Okay. So that brings me to the next essential. So beyond your Perfect Complexion palette, and then this, like I'll show you. So we'll do this in a little bit here too. This would be like another option if you don't have the color correcting to do, then to go with like just the brightening concealer. And I usually use that then like under my eyes to brighten that up after I've done my shadow. You can also do a cream contour. So all the options, and then the color match option as well. So your Perfect Complexion palette consists of your foundation color and 2 concealers. You can also, if you're in between like me, the Shinto 0, Shinto 1, you can absolutely get a duo palette. And anytime with Lime Life by Alcone, when you like get 2 or 3 of something, like a duo or a trio, or your eyeshadows, like when you get a quad or a 6, like you get a discount. The more you buy, the better deal you get. So just FYI there. So in order to, should we do eyes? Should we do some, we'll do eyes. Okay, so the next, as far as complexion goes, let's stay on complexion for a minute. So the next essential to me is your trio. So for me, I want a perfect pressed powder so that I can set, again, I like that dewy glow. So like, I want to keep this dewy and fresh, but I do want to set my eyes with powder, and then I want a bronzer and a blush. And these are my 2 favorite right now. I think this is 5. I think this is glowing. I don't know. I'd have to double check. But we have all sorts of shades of bronzers, all sorts of shades of blushes. And so I just picked my go-tos right now. And then I always use that Lightning Brightening Press Powder. It is high definition, finely milled, flipping amazing, even all on its own. Like, you can get your color match, and that is just a very light airbrush kind of coverage in itself. So let's go in with these. Let's use maybe our diffuser brush, number 17, to really go in with this highlight. Again, more T-zone, right? I feel like this finely milled powder, like when I take a photo afterwards, like this is what makes you look so incredibly airbrushed, like more so than in real life. So I am so crazy about this. This diffuser brush, again, like I feel like it does such a nice job, just like getting all in your pores. If you have aging eyes, I like to tap this in. Just even helps a little bit more, further prevent like any creasing. And we'll probably come in and set this again after we brighten it up. But okay. And then I have to use my number 16. Sometimes I use this for like half my face. favorite brush. And so they are crazy pigmented. So you always want to tap off excess. And then I set it in to start my cheekbones, okay, along my hairline. And then I just start working that up into my hairline. Notice how dark that was? Like, that intimidates a lot of people to use these darker bronzers. But if you're just really careful about the amount you set in, like, this is putting all of that warmth back into my face that, like, I feel like I need during the winter. This is absolutely my go-to. And I use our bronzers quite a bit on my eyes as well. Completely just smitten with them all. So maybe we'll use this in an eye look too here in a minute. So look how much, like, that helps already, right? Blending is cardio, so just keep blending. Blendy, blendy. And then I'm not a huge blush person. See how I've already got like these apples in my cheeks? I've always been self-conscious about that. So then I'm not going to put on a ton of blush to like highlight that area. Like, there's no reason that I need, you know, there's no rule that says you have to do all that. But I do love like this glowing, this light. And I'm okay with the, like, the remains of the kind of highlight right through here. It's just a little shimmer, a little something right in here on my tip of my nose, my little Cupid's bow. Okay. Starting to come together a little bit, right? Put my hair back where it belongs. All right, so what's next? What is next, you say? Let's go and put on some brows. So man, if I had a top 5 of like what you need from our collection, from our company, this would definitely be one of them. So these Claim to Frame brow pencils, but I'm kind of a brow person, obsessed with brows anyway, are like, if you're a rookie to filling in your brows, I always used to say use powder. You know, like, use powder, it's safe. But pencils could come across as really harsh if you're not used to seeing yourself like look like that. But these are so foolproof, and they've got this spoolie on the end. So this is 2. So not the darkest, not the lightest, but truly, like, they're just like little, can you see? Like, you can press as light or as hard as you want, and you just draw in. So I usually kind of start with, I'll show you the brow symmetry here in a minute. Fill in anything there. Do your line up to where your arch should be. Kind of define your arch. And so then these are going to go up, fill in any sparse areas. And then your tail going down, any sparse areas. Might need to build an arch, you might need to build a tail. But see how light that is? And then if you want to be more intense, see how it, and you just kind of keep going until you get what you want out of it. So, and then, you know, always brushing to blend it out. So let's see. As far as brow symmetry goes, so here's how we use this, kind of where it sinks into your nose. If you go straight up, that's where your brow should start. If you bend it all the way out to the corner of your eye, that's where your tail should kind of stop. If you stick it right through your iris, that's where you want your arch. So right there. See, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna start by using my spoolie to brush them up. These are already kind of naturally there, right? Take my line straight over. I like to bring my arch up and out, like elongate it a little bit. See how there's like little brow hairs, but not a lot of them. They need some help, right? Creating that bolder arch. All right, so then we color, like at this point it's just kind of like a crayon, just soft little creating shadows in there. Look at what a huge difference that makes in framing your face. Huge, huge difference. Right, and then just to blend it all out. And I could get away with using the dark one for sure, but I mean, I also want, this is just more natural, like not so wild. So, anywho, let's see if we can get the other one to look like its sister. The sister's not twins, right? But we just don't want distant cousins. So if we were to look at brow symmetry again, there, outside corner, up through the middle of the iris. So this one we want to put a few, little bit right there. Let's go a straight line up into the arch. Let's build me a little arch here. Comb it out, see what we're working with. Easy peasy, right? So this symmetry kind of method is based on, like, if you were to watch, like the Anastasia brow, like YouTube that, or Instagram, they call it the golden ratio. And you can even purchase like the stencils to find kind of that perfect, for your perfect shape for your face. My brows are getting a little wild. We should probably like clean them up. You can always only tweeze for so long before they need a good sugar, right? Or wax or whatever you're threading. All right, so for the sake of time, I think we'll go with that. I also love, so our brow gel, which you can use standalone. We also have clear, and there's 3 shades of that as well. But I love to, like, I kind of like this full bushy brow thing I got going on, and this is like a fiber building. So it's not only going to like hold them in place, but it's going to kind of give that, like, you can place them so that they got kind of that natural bushy boy brow thing going on. And so the first layer I always feel like just kind of places them, but then it's fiber building. So like if this were your standalone, like you weren't using any other product, you could go in and layer it and really fluff them out and give them some good texture. Texture brows are in. Huh? Yeah? You like? Another, I mean, just for fun, the, so if you look at this half, these two colors, the Taupe for the Best and Brownie Points, work really well as shadow, like powders to fill them in as well. If you just want to like the tail, or if you're sparse up here and you want to do the ombre brow, or if you love like pomade, just use your Time Setter spray. Tap it in here. I'll show you on here first. And here's how you could see how fine that is. And you can always shade that way as well. So just giving you all the different. See, now we got almost an ombre brow. And just keep using your spoolie, brushing it out the way you like. And we'll make the tail a little bolder. Why not? See, gives it a little extra oomph, oomph. You guys are this is why I'm so weird. This is probably why I don't usually talk in my videos and I just speed them up, right? It's fine. So you can see how much it softened up when it dried out. So let's add a little more of the setting spray. I put on spa music in the background. I thought maybe that would make me a little more chill and less weird. But you get what you get today. It's just the way I am. Okay. And so again, since our concealer is so bomb, right? We can totally, let's warm it up a little. Warmed it up a little with my finger. Now I'm using the lighter one. If you get a little wild, like no worries. You can totally come in with your concealer and carve them back out. So this brightening concealer looks super pretty underneath this arch anywho. And just do one of those, come back in with the blender full and pat it out. See, little things that make a big difference though, right? See if that's laying weird or if we're okay. Good. We can rock those brows today, right? Keep that nice and bright. The rest of it down my nose. Why not? Let's illuminate a little bit. All right. So complexion. Good, right? I should have taken the before picture. Let's use, trying to think of what I want to put on my eyes. Do we want to show you the blush and bronzer on my eyes? Yes, we will do some of that. All right. So as far as my base color, I'm going to start with brush number 7. Makes it real quick and easy. And Taupe for the Best. This is a great Like I said, so for anybody who's like lighter than me, this is a great like true taupe to fill in your brows with as well. Because it literally just creates those good shadows that you're going for. All right. To make a very natural looking brow as well. So I'm just tapping this in. Okay, little windshield wiper action to blend, keeping it nice and bright underneath your arch. Okay, now let's grab brush number 9. I love the little slant, and that's packed pretty tight. So for like your corner V, this works really well. But let's use this bronzer number 5. I want to show you what gorgeous looks that this creates. So I'm gonna tap into that outside corner. Same thing over here. Okay. So it doesn't smudge. Come along my lash line. A little windshield wiper to blend. Pull it along the lash line. Windshield wipers to blend. Pretty, right? Like still natural, but just pretty. I'm gonna take a clean brush, number 10, and just really get in there. Start on the inside where it's lighter. To really smoke that, blend that out. So there you go. I mean, that's a 2-color easy deal, right? Are we blended? How do we blend it? All right, so if I were using darker colors and had a lot of fallout, or I got a little wild, again, these concealers are awesome for like, just, this is my brush number that I use to go underneath my eyebrows too, number 9. If we just really want to like go in, I mean, you can cancel out even if it gets wild. You can absolutely go in and cancel out some of the pigment you put down to brighten it back up. I like to keep it nice and light and bright. On the inside corners, again, for older aging eyes, I just think that looks a little more fresh and natural. Just you can just push it in. There you go. Easy 2-color, natural, daytime or nighttime look, right? So There you have it. If you didn't want to put on eyeliner, just take whatever colors you were using. Or even if you do want to put on eyeliner, throw some along your lower lashes to kind of balance it all out. Or at least that kind of the bottom half. I don't typically go all the way into my corners. How are we feeling about it? Good? Good? Is it coming together? Look kind of crazy without any mascara, don't we? Should we do some mascara? I want to show you the eyeliner too. Let's show you the eyeliner real quick. Okay, so if you're into like wing liners, we now have a brown one as well, but we have like the black felt tip, like super fine, gorgeous, seriously most foolproof way to do wing liner. It is incredible. I am crazy also addicted to our gel liners. So this is one of the duo, and some of them are sold out from our collab with Allie Reisman, but they have just like your beige and brown and black. They're gel liners. They're enduring, which means like seriously, once these suckers, so they kind of go on like a crayon almost. You have about 15 seconds to smudge it around and smoke it around. And then that sucker is not coming off without like our Midnight Oil Cleanser or the Make-Off Wipes or our Make-Off Spray. Like, it is there. So if you're a crier, like when you put on makeup, I've never been able to wear anything on my waterline except for these enduring liners. I love, love, love them. You can take your little, like this guy, to put it on and make it be super precise. I'll use it to smudge it out. I'll show you how, like, when I use these, I just put actually like in the outside corners. And then I take a brush and kind of smoke it in and pull it into my bottom or to my lash line. Again, just a preference thing, I don't typically take my eyeliner all the way into the corner. I like to keep it kind of like to the, you know, that's the thing. So again, just a little, and it just helps if you open your mouth when you're doing your eye makeup. It just helps. You ladies, you know what I'm talking about. So see how, I mean, it's imperfect, totally fine. I'm gonna take my slanted brush and I'm gonna make it perfect. Bring it along the lash line. Bring it into the lash line. And we got a little there, so we'll just make it into like a little wing. Apparently we're doing a little tiny baby wing today. We're going over there then too, huh? Well, who knew? Who knew we were gonna end up with a baby little tiny wing? All right, so again, also, if you get it any sorts of wild, right, we'll just take that brightening concealer and lift it up at a 45. Because we like it nice and bright under there anyway. again, skincare junkie, but this makeup has made makeup so fun for me again. I was never happy with foundation. I basically would just use a BB cream to like put on as a lotion, to throw some bronzer and some other things back on to make it look some sort of okay way. The complexion piece of it has made that life-changing for me. Eye makeup made me so sad because inevitably either I was choosing the wrong colors concealers, and so my under eye circles by the end of the day looked super gray. So there was that, and let's put a little tinge more on that baby. Not to mention even my professional eyeliners and mascaras, like that fallout by the end of the day, and the clumps, and like yuck. It just, I would have this like raccoon eye thing going on. And I am telling you what, this stuff will not move. I will look the same 8 hours from now as it does fresh putting it on. All right, just a little more powder to set that. And all right, I think mascara, that's my next favorite thing to talk about. Oh, we'll stick it here because apparently it works so much better if you warm it up a little bit first. I always forget to do that. And I don't really have cleavage, but the bra will hold it in there okay. So since we're not doing that yet, let's do something to our lips. I think I'm just we have lipsticks, which basically feel like you're putting on like a chapstick. They have so much vitamin E in them and are so nourishing and so amazing. In fact, I want to do that. But we also have the Endurian lip colors, and these go on like gloss, and they dry matte, and then they stay on all freaking day. And this happens to be peanut butter, my very favorite color. And then obviously we have all of our gorgeous glosses. And so this is Humble. This is my favorite. Let's pick out I want to use 110. So that Fierce by Ali collaboration, all the lips are nudes, which I love. So I love these because you don't have to be as precise. And then, like I said, they're just like hydrating and good. Like, just so good. So just going for a natural look. Just keeping it very natural today. And then I am a gloss girl, so I am forever popping a little gloss. At least here in the middle. Good. Good, good. Okay. Hopefully this baby is warmed up. All right. All right, so this Perfect Mascara is in the top sellers month after month. All of our products have a 30-day money-back guarantee, satisfaction guarantee. However, this being a bestseller month after month also has less than a 1% return rate. So, pretty safe to say it's bomb. I love how I am not about the clumpy mascara life. So I love how it goes on and separates and just goes on so nice. It's also a fiber building, which freaks people out. But it's not clumpy, I'm telling you. And it just means that you can do layers upon layers upon layers and like build your lashes to the heavens if you are into that. So let's see if I can not poke my eye out. Again, we're like rocking a pretty natural look today. So I just want kind of one Nice little coat. Point these guys toward the inside without poking yourself. However, if you do, I mean, I have long lashes, so a lot of times I'll, get a little piece on my eyelid, or as I'm directing these inward, I'll poke myself, and as long as you let it dry, you can flick it right off without ruining what you got going on. See, this is how crazy I am about no clumps, guys. Like, I legit go in as it starts getting thicker and like pinch off any excess because I'm crazy. Whoop. Oh, little guy. Go where I want ya. Alright, see if we can find my lower lashes. Again, sometimes opening your mouth and making faces just helps. And if you didn't know, I didn't know this, to be honest, for like optimal eye health, did you know we are supposed to be replacing our mascaras every 90 days? 90 days, every 3 months. Makes sense. But no, I did not know that. What do you guys think? I have one that's like bending wacky. I don't necessarily want another coat, but we're just not cooperating today. There. Good. Kind of a big difference, if I do say so myself. So if you had to choose, what are the 3 products, the 3 makeup items that you don't walk out the door without? I would say now, I could never answer that question before Lime Life, you guys, because it's like, again, it all kind of started with the foundation. Like, once I started putting it on, if I did anything less than a full face, it just didn't look good at all. Now I could say, I think, I feel pretty good just walking out the door with mascara, eyebrows, and lip gloss. But that's a huge tribute to our skincare as well. I'm telling you, within 3 days, like the texture and everything I didn't like about my skin and the extra pigmentation, 3 days and I noticed a difference. And it is still improving. Don't mind my face. Little pinches to make sure I don't have any clumps. Are we even, guys? All right. So last, but definitely not least, let's set this face so it stays on all day, shall we? Pretty much everybody in the world of makeup knows that everybody loves the Urban Decay setting spray, right? Did you know that it is manufactured by Skindinavia? And guess who manufactures ours with the same formulation? That's right. Our first base priming spray, our oil strike, and our time setter to help it last 16 hours are Skindinavia, manufactured by Skindinavia. So there you go. So we no need to argue whether ours is better or Urban Decay's is better, because guess what? They're the same formulation. So here we go. Doing the little T and the X. And voila. Full face of makeup. All right, so what do you need? Where do you need to start? We need to color match you. We absolutely need to color match you. So we have, and then we need to know, like, if you're a concealer person, if you want to color correct, if you just need lightening and brightening, or, you know, if you truly just need the foundation because you don't do all that, that's totally amazing too. We have such a wide range of, like, this is our little tester palette. So we've got all the Shintos and all of the olive, yellow, pink undertones. We've also got the deeper, darker colors that we collaborated with Danessa Myricks to get all the good shades there. We can color match you with your HD setting powder. We also offer just our translucent powder. Like if you really like a matte look, some people don't, you know, you don't even need to do your color match. You can just do the translucent, super matte, like setting finish. We have so many people that love that as well. And then, yeah, we can absolutely talk about tools, priming setting spray, how you like it to cover, and make recommendations that way. We can talk about your trio, how we're going to fill that. Of course, you could do 2 blushes and a bronzer. You could do a translucent. You could do a blush bronzer. You could do a translucent and 2 blushes, all of which can be interchanged and used on eye looks as well. And another great, probably the most popular way to start if you are new to LimeLife completely and you just want to get like a good foundation of things going on would be the, they call it the Teen Collection, but it's basically just a starter collection. You save a bunch of money by doing things in a bundle. Whatever you save, we donate to our Brighter Foundation, which is an incredible foundation that provides money and training to women in less fortunate countries. And yeah, so I mean, all about that women empowerment and giving back. I love, love, love that we do that. And then, so this popular, it comes with your complexion palette. It's going to come with your choice of 2 shadows. It's going to come with a blush or bronzer of your choice. So 1. And a lip gloss of your choice for $136. So that, my friends, and then you could do like your brow pencil, and we have what's called the Take 2, where you pick out a liner and your mascara, and voila, you have a full face. So contact any one of your Beauty Guide friends. If you don't have one, I'm happy to help you out. Like I said, we are just obsessed with everybody's finding perfect color match, and we just love to practice. And let us know if you have any questions. Okay, we love you so much. I hope you got something from this, and we hope to hear from you soon. Send us a before and after. Send us a before and after. We gotta see them. Okay, awesome. Bye.